Moving on. How does Bonnie's devil fruit work? Like, how's her abilities working? We see her attack Vegapunk. These shapes come out of Vegapunk's chest, and supposedly those shapes are like the years that Vegapunk pretty much lost by being de-aged. So how like what's y'all speculation on how Bonnie's ability worked? Is she like rewinding time, or is she just like de-aging you? Because I personally have a theory, because when we look at devil fruits, there's always this narrative that devil fruits like have, like, there's different tier devil fruits of certain kind of devil fruits, right? Like, let's say you have trying to think of a devil fruit that's similar. Let's say the meta no me, and then you got a Kaino's devil fruit, right? Like, I'll probably say a Kaino's devil fruit is a superior version to the meta no me. But with Bonnie's devil fruit, like, one thing I believe, I think there's three devil fruits that fit that category of devil fruits, right? I think we have the rust fruit, the one that the Marine had back in his lobby, the one who like rusted out Zoro's sword,
Two. Yeah.
right? And with that, right, with that, that is the lowest tier of the devil fruits, because I think it can only rust metals, right? It can only rot or rust metals, or age metals, right? And then we have Shinobu's devil fruit, which is like a high on a higher tier, where she could rot organic matter, and she can also rot humans as well. She could age them. She could age humans, but she can't age back, right? Like, she can't go backwards. Jewelry Bonney, on the other hand, she could age objects. She could age humans. She could de-age objects. She could de-age humans. So that's kind of my, like, how I look at her devil fruit. But, like, how does it work though? You you want to go, Mikey?
Sure. I I've been kind of torn between two trains of thought with her devil fruit. I like it a lot. I like how she uses it, especially in the last chapter. It gave a lot of context to how she could tap into alternate timelines with that distorted future attack. Could physically conjure up Vegapunk's age or years into objects. So for those two kind of reasons, I've looked at it like the years fruit for the time being, and I'm not sure if this is Oda forgetting to reveal her devil fruit. I think he's just holding off on doing it this time. It's not like with Kid, but I'm inclined to believe it's the years fruit,
Yes.
and with less evidence, I'm also sort of wondering if it could be Toki's fruit, the time fruit, some unawakened form where she doesn't even realize she could physically propel herself forward, but she has all of this other grasp of time over everything else around her, which definitely ties into. I love your bringing up of the different tiers of the devil fruit Blumph. Like I definitely think you're onto something there, especially given, the devil fruit explanations, the imagined evolutions, whatever. So, I really don't know. I think the timeline sort of adds up between Toki's death and maybe when it could have gotten to Bonnie. I don't know how it could have gotten to Bonnie.
Yeah, Toki's fruit is weird, right? Like, cause it
It's
like
weird. It's a weird one.
it breaks time, right? Like, it breaks time and reality,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like we know normally when somebody dies, right? Their devil fruit is pretty much it comes back to life somewhere else, right? In a fruit nearby or something. Her devil fruit. I mean, I guess the obvious thing would be is like when she died, her devil fruit would just go to like the nearest devil fruit, but or nearest
I
fruit,
would.
right? But would it
Yeah.
like, cause what if what if it doesn't necessarily stay within the time that it died in, like its user died in, right? Like, what if it kind of jumps into a different time or something? You know, like
Right.
I don't
I
know,
think it.
like because it kind of exists without outside of normal time, you know. So
Right.
go ahead, cute.
So yeah, so to answer to the Toki thing for Devil Fruit, ever since we realized Vegapunk's statement that as long as you desire, believe in Sun God Nika, there will always be this fruit. I'm starting to think that Devil Fruit do reappear, but they don't reappear like I think they appear in places where they're desired the most, like Shopper's Fruit, the whole science stuff. Maybe it appeared in Drum Island, not because it was close to there, but because there were doctors. People desired the type of desire that they had, brought it there. Like Yamato's fruit always staying in Wano, because they always want a guardian of Wano, protecting, and everything. And for to go back to the subject of Bonnie's fruit. I do agree. I think with the lightsaber that she uses, the year fruit is a more better name. I don't exactly know how it works, but I'm wanting to think. You know how he looked a lot like King Riku, but from very afar when he became a potential future of Luffy, and we said Oda drawn a future of Luffy back in the day who looked more like Garp. I'm wondering if the age affects the will at the moment. How is your will? It reflects your will at that moment as
Yeah,
well.
I will
I'm
say
wondering if it affects the will.
I don't think it's Toki's devil fruit though, you know, because Toki's
Yeah, I know
devil
it's just
fruit.
completely different fruit.
So it works a lot different than how Jory we seen Jory Bonnie. Like hers is just used to push like time forward, you know. And from what we know with Toki fruit, it can't really reverse time or anything. Where Jory Bonnie's can to a degree. Not like you can't go back in time with it, but you can de-age people. You know what I'm saying? Where Toki's just
Mhm.
seem more like moving forward, you know. So I don't
That's
think
definitely yeah, that's a good point.
Joy Boy. Joyeth Boyeth. If you would
Yo.
like to unmute, if you're muted. What's your thoughts
Right.
on her ability?
Well, I am like it is weird that it like what would it only work permanently on like inanimate objects, non-organic, or would it go back to being that way? Because she only stated that it doesn't work indefinitely on living things.
Yeah. I mean,
But then
go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna kind of like go to a different thing, so go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
No. I wasn't gonna go ahead.
Okay. Um, but like also we were talking about clones earlier. Like there is a potential that like Bonnie is a clone of her mother, and maybe that's why like
Mm.
Vegapunk doesn't want her to find out the truth, because maybe that's like what Kuma traded, like to become a pacifista was being able to like clone his wife or whatever.
Mm.
Oh my god, that just broke my heart.
Yeah,
And then
that
like
was sad.
then also with the age fruit, there's kind of like irony on that too, because like she could age herself to like uh the age of Kuma's wife
I think you're on to
and
Dude,
look
that's
something
exactly
there.
like her.
ugh, dude, that's just sick, man.
Yeah,
Kuma is gonna get with his wife.
that's.
Dude, seek help.
I mean, it's not his daughter
But
though. If
I'm
it's
just
his,
messing. I'm just
if
messing. I'm just kidding. I'm just
if it's
kidding.
the clone of his wife, then I mean, technically, it's not really his daughter. So, no, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm going down the rabbit hole that I don't think I want no parts of.
I mean that would be a great reason for like Vegapunk trying to keep her from finding out.
Yeah,